Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Krishna Dubey. I am an MBBS DNB pathologist working in GMC Medical College, Kota. Today, I will cover spleen, and we will start from the anatomy of the spleen. Then we will cover the function of the spleen. After the function, we will go to the splenomegaly causes. Then we will discuss the structures of the spleen in details. After that, the important functions. Then, in the last but not the least, the important part of the pathology, that is the gross specimens of different type of diseases in spleen. So, we start from the first slide, that is the anatomy of the spleen. It is situated principally in the left hypochondrium region, and its superior extremity extends into the epigastric region. It is a lymphatic organ. You all know it is a secondary lymphatic organ. The primary lymphatic organs are the bone marrow and the thymus. The spleen is a secondary lymphatic organ. It is connected, well connected to the blood vascular system, the part of mononuclear phagocytic system, and it is wedge shaped. It lies between the fundus of the stomach and the diaphragm, the largest of the ductless glands, and is of an flattened form, soft and very friable consistency, highly vascular and dark in color. It measures 12.5 into 7.5 into 2.5 centimeter in diameter. Total weight is 150 grams to 200 grams. It lies in between the 9th and 11th ribs on the left side. So, you can see in this presentation, this picture is showing the spleen is lying in between the 9th and 11th ribs on the left side. Little about the development. Appears about the 5th week. It arises in a series of hillocks of the mesoderm in the dorsal mesogastrium above the tail of pancreas. With the change in the position of the stomach, the spleen is carried to the left and comes to the lie behind the stomach and in contact with the left kidney. Little about the accessory spleen. It hillocks fail to unify. 20% of the persons, especially in the gastrolineal ligament and the greater omentum, vary in size from that of the pea to that of a plum. This diagram is also showing the locations. It diagram just here to fit a pictures of the spleen location in your brain. Little about the surrounding anatomy of the spleen. You can see here splenic artery, splenic vein, pancreas, tail, left kidney, splenic flexure of colon, and left suprarenal gland. Now, after the anatomy, I will cover the functions of the spleen. The important 4 functions. The first is phagocytosis of blood cells and particulate matter. As you already read the hemolytic anemia, the red cell undergo extreme deformation during the passage from cords into the sinusoids. In this condition, in which red cell deformability is decreased, the red cell become trapped in the cords and are more readily phagocytosed by macrophages. Splenic macrophages are also responsible for the pitting of red cells, the process by which inclusion like hinge bodies you have seen in a G6PD deficiency and in the Howell Joel bodies, all of you know, are excised, and for the removal of particles such as bacteria from the blood. So, spleen is responsible for the pitting. Second function, antibody production. Dendritic cells in the periarterial lymphatic sheath. You will see when we will cover the structure of the spleen, where is a periarterial lymphatic sheath. It trap antigens and present them to the T lymphocytes. T and B cell interaction at the edges of white pulp follicle lead to generation of antibody secreting plasma cells, and which are found mainly within the sinuses of red pulp. So, Spleen seems to be an important site of productions of antibody against the microbial polysaccharides as well as autoantibodies against a variety of self antigens. So, first phagocytosis of blood cells, second antibody production, third hematopoiesis. During the fetal development, the spleen may be a minor site of hematopoiesis, but this normally disappears by birth. However, the spleen can become a major site of compensatory extramedullary hematopoiesis in the setting of severe chronic anemia like thalassemia and in a patient with a myeloproliferative disorders like CML, chronic myeloproliferative leukemia, CML. CML is a part of myeloproliferative disorders such as, so here the chronic myelogenous leukemia, primary myelofibrosis and the thalassemia. These three are also a cause of extramedullary hematopoiesis. Then the important fourth part, that is the sequestrations of the blood elements. The normal spleen contains about the 30 to 40 ml of red cells, but this volume increased greatly with the splenomegaly. The normal spleen also harbors approximately 30 to 40% of the total platelet mass in the body. With splenomegaly, up to 80 to 90% of the total platelet mass can be sequestrated in the interstices of the red pulp, producing thrombocytopenia. Now, after the function, I will come to the disorder associated with the splenomegaly. First is infection. Infection included non-specific splenitis of various bloodborne infections, infectious mononucleosis, tuberculosis, typhoid, brucellosis, CMV, syphilis, malaria, histoplasmosis, toxoplasmosis, kala azar, trypanosomiasis, schistosomiasis, leishmaniasis, echinococcus. You all have to remember the important causes. You will get the questions from the examiners like splenomegaly, important causes. He will ask or she will ask about the where you will find the massive splenomegaly. So where is where you will find the massive splenomegaly? Write down these questions and remember the answer. Whenever you will come to your lecture halls physically after this lockdown, I will ask these questions. The cause of massive splenomegaly. Remember this question. Then, after infection, congestive states related to portal hypertension. Causes cirrhosis of liver, portal or splenic vein thrombosis, and cardiac failure. Third, lymphohematogenous disorders, Hodgkin's lymphoma, NHL, multiple myeloma, MPN, hemolytic anemia. Then, after that, immunological inflammatory conditions, rheumatoid arthritis, systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. Then, storage diseases including Gaucher's, Niemann-Pick's and mucopolysaccharidosis. Then, miscellaneous disorders, amyloidosis, primary neoplasm and cyst. Now, after the causes of splenomegaly, I will tell about the structures. As I told you, we will discuss in the details about the structure. You can see here the structure of the anatomy, structures of the spleen, the cut section showing the trabeculae, then pulp of spleen, lymphatic nodules, arteries and vein. The spleen consists of numbers of small spaces formed by the trabeculae which contains the splenic pulp. The fibroelastic coat, the sheath of the vessels and the trabeculae are composed of white and yellow elastic fibrous tissues. Spleen possesses a considerable amount of elasticity which allows of the very great variation in the size. Small amount of non-stripped muscular fiber also included in it. You can see here, these are capsules, trabeculae, splenic cords, red pulp, white pulp, The spleen is made up of red pulp and white pulp separated by a marginal zone, and 76 to 79% of the normal spleen is red pulp. So, you are seeing here what is red pulp. Red blood filled sinusoids and reticular endothelial cells lined cords of Billroth's. Splenic cords means reticular fibers, reticular cells and associated macrophages. So, this is called splenic cords. What is sinusoids? Sinusoids are wide vessels that drain into trabecular veins, gaps in the endothelium lining the sinusoid mechanically filter blood cells as they are enter the spleen. When a sinuses, you are seeing the structures. This is endothelial cells lining the sinuses. The cells found in the red pulps are B and T lymphocytes, erythrocytes, granulocytes, plasma cells, hematopoietic cells, plasmablast that migrate from the follicles and the outer pulse after antigen specific differentiation. Macrophages, splenic cells. You can see here about the histopathology of the spleen. Trabeculosis, you are able to see here red pulps, white pulps, this is white pulps, germinal centers, central arteries. So, this section showing trabeculae, red pulp, white pulp. White pulp consists of the lymphoid aggregates and the red pulp is made up of vascular sinuses. So, red pulp is made up of vascular tissue surrounding white pulp, and the white pulp is showing germinal centers and the central arteries. So, white pulp, again same thing, because why I am repeating these things, this is very important. What is red pulp, what is white pulp? Major part of the spleen consisting red pulp, little part white pulp. Red pulp में क्या है, white pulp में क्या है? White pulp again white lymphoid follicles arranged within the red pulp matrix containing lymphocytes, macrophages, dendritic cell, plasma cells, arterioles and capillaries in the reticular connective tissue meshwork. What is periarterial lymphatic sheath? I already told you in earlier slide. I will tell you about the periarterial lymphatic sheath. So, it is here. Lymphatic tissue sheath that surround the central artery. Periarterial lymphatic sheath. Lymphatic sheath that is surrounding the central artery. Most of the T cells are CD4 plus. Again same thing. Then what is Malpighian bodies, splenic lymphoid nodules? The hemispherical accumulations of B lymphocyte attached to pulse at the intervals 0.25 mm to 1 mm in diameter, attached to the smaller ramification of the splenic artery. Secondary follicles you can see here. What is a germinal center, what is a mental zone, what is marginal zone, you can see here. Next slide I will show in histopathology you also. What is germinal center? Antigen specific large B cells, pale staining nuclei and abundant cytoplasm. So, color is pale staining. What is a mental zone? The expanding germinal center displaces the small dark recirculating B lymphocyte to the periphery of the follicle. So, it is mental zone. Mental zone you can see at the periphery, and the marginal zone is a broad region primarily occupied by the relatively large memory B cells. Light impression after routine staining. You can see here, this is germinal center. In the center you can see germinal center, then little outside the germinal center is the marginal zone, and outer the marginal zone there is a mental zone, and after outer the germinal center, marginal zone, then mental zone, then you can see red pulp. So, white pulp of spleen is seen in lymphoid follicle outlined by a dashed line found. The lymphoid follicle has a pale staining germinal center in which the B cells are proliferating. B cells are proliferating in germinal center. Mental zone contains the small lymphocytes and outer marginal zone that contains the large lymphocytes. Central artery and germinal center. What is pitting? Already told you, repeating here. Why? You should not forget, this is very important. Red cells inclusion bodies such as Howell Joel bodies and Hinn bodies are formed due to pitting. You can see here just blue small dots. Function of spleen I already covered, just repeating here, red pulp, white pulp. So functions: creation of red blood cells, storage, removal of red blood cells, removal of the antibody coated bacteria. So function here, removal of antibody coated bacteria and antibody coated blood cells from the circulation. Then after the structures and functions, I will cover about the gross spleen, grossing of the spleen in a different diseases. Here first you are able to see the malaria, gross image of the spleen with long term involvement by malaria. The slate grey color is typical and is due to the long term deposition of the malaria pigment. So here you are seeing the spleen due to malaria. Then this is a remote infarction, a large nodular infarction areas of the spleen. In this case, the remote nature of the infarction is apparent from the dense fibrotic gross appearance of the affected area. This is a case of B cell lymphoma, white pulp, gross image of sectioned spleen with a B cell lymphoma involving the white pulp. There is a marked attenuation of the normal white pulp architecture, leading to numerous small pale nodules in the dark red background. Sickle cell disease, infarct spleen, gross image of the late effect of sickle cell disease. After many infarctions, the spleen is ultimately left as a small scared fibrotic tissue fragment. It is also called autosplenectomy in the case of sickle cell diseases. Again, sickle cell disease here, focal infarction not involving the whole spleen, gross image of spleen with sickle cell disease, infarction being low focally and may be precipitated by sickling crisis of other causes of hypoxia. Case of follicular lymphoma, follicular, gross image of spleen with a massive involvement by the follicular lymphoma grade 3, the large fleshy nodule expand and replace the normal splenic parenchyma. They are bizarre of the normal nodular aggregate seen in sections of normal spleen. Case of CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, gross image of the spleen enlarged by CLL. The spleen shows the seemingly normal pattern of the white and red pulp. However, this spleen is massively enlarged, greater than 1 kg. Normal weight is 150 gram to 200 gram, with a relatively proportional expansion of the red and white pulp. Case of bacterial abscess. You can see here the abscess, gross image of splenic abscess with a subsequent infarction. In this case, the spleen has been fixed. There is a core of necrotic debris. Classical Hodgkin's lymphoma, gross image of an unsectioned spleen with a massive involvement by Hodgkin's lymphoma. Multiple nodule of varying size splenectomy specimens are rarely seen in association with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Why? In the past, splenectomy was usual procedure for disease staging. However, this has been replaced by imaging studies. Cases of mantle cell lymphoma, gross image of spleen that is massively enlarged by involvement of mantle cell lymphoma. Spleen weighing 4 kg. There is both a massive increase in the numbers of white pulp follicles, small pale tan nodules, with a concurrent increase in the intervening red pulp. This would suggest an expansion of the both red and white pulp by the abnormal lymphocytes. Again, splenic marginal zone lymphoma, plasma cell myeloma, gross image of spleen involvement by plasma cell myeloma. In this case, there is a diffuse red pulp pattern imparting a beefy appearance, BEEFY, beefy appearance. Hairy cell leukemia, gross image of hairy cell leukemia and spleen. There is an expansion of red pulp imparting a beefy appearance typical of red pulp disease. In addition, there are small nodules of blood corresponding to the blood lakes. Diffuse large B cell lymphoma, consisting the specimen here showing fleshy cut surface of the nodules are typical of the gross appearance of DLBCL. Fleshy cut. Amyloidosis, gross image of unsectioned spleen with a diffuse involvement of amyloidosis. Note the overall enlargement, pale color. Amyloidosis, same histoplasmosis specimen, infectious mononucleosis specimen, gross image of spleen with the acute infection with the EBV. In this case, there is evidence of splenic rupture which contribute to the patient's demise. Also note the deep indentation along the edges of spleen. There are rare but normal congestion variation. There is only partial fusion of the primordial lobes of the spleen. Case of tuberculosis, very simple, you can identify easily. Multiple granulomatous nodules are present and some have central necrosis or caseation necrosis. So, tuberculosis again easily identifiable. Sarcoidosis, gross image of section spleen with a numerous sarcoid associated granuloma can widely vary in size. So, students, this class was included with the spleen anatomy, causes of splenomegaly, functions, structures in details and gross specimens of the spleen. If anyone need this presentation, this PPT, I will send you. The students can contact me on my number 7014-331-773. WhatsApp me, I will WhatsApp you the presentation. Read it carefully, very important, because spleen is a very important lymphoid organ. Any doubt, you can WhatsApp me, you can call me. Okay, thank you very much for seeing me this class, for giving your important time. You students also getting bored at home, I think. So enjoy this class. If you like, don't like, then remember this. Why? Because these are very important for your examination. Thank you very much.